Hey everybody, welcome to Board Game Heaven. In this episode, I'll be doing an unboxing of the Rise of Dagon, an expansion for Deep Madness by Diemension Games, along with the exclusive Investigator Ward Phillips that you got for backing the game. So let's quickly open up the box and see what's inside. Deep Madness, the Rise of Dagon expansion, which came with Ward Phillips, the Investigator, who is an homage to H.P. Lovecraft himself, if you backed the game on Kickstarter, but he's also available separately. Alright, inside this package you will find Ward Phillips himself, holding a book that's spouting a couple of tentacles, of course. So here he is. Lots of detail there, as you can see. And along with the miniature, you also get the cards that go with him. So the smaller card and the bigger card with the abilities and his stats. In a plastic little envelope. Right, let's look at the box itself. So there's some cool artwork on the front of a big green monster with yellow eyes. Really nice. And on the back of the box there's some more artwork. A little bit of text about this expansion and the list of components. Right, let's open it up. So first of all we find the Rise of Dagon expansion booklet, which has an introductory text, an overview, and the components and the miniatures all listed here. Here's how to use the expansion, additional rules, and there's some concepts, new effects, domains and enlightenment cards, and new chapters. So we've got chapter 1 with the setup, chapter 2, and chapter 3, Dagon Rising. So 3 more chapters to play with this expansion. We have a nice looking sheet of tokens, very nicely colored, different colors over here, all kinds of new tokens, so that looks very interesting. Double-sided, so we have that, and then we've got 6 of these clips that you can clip onto the bases of your character, with a little holder on the side for effect markers, tokens. We have a pack of cards here, so let's see what's in those. So in this pack of smaller cards you get the character cards for the heroes in this box: Meredith Waite and Reagan Waite. I think that's her daughter. Then we have these monster cards. So we have deep ones. We have hydras, look pretty creepy indeed. We have shadows of filth. We've got Dagon himself, who's also on the front of the box. And we have cards for each of the new tiles. So we have those as well. And we have these green cards, and there's green cards with this token on it. And then there's 2 tokens, so that's interesting. So, and on the back, they're all the same, so apparently you draw them and you see if there's 0, 1, or 2 of those tokens on it. Is that an egg or something? I have no idea. So there's these cards. And then there's more cards, just like in the base game, with text on it. Stuff that happens. So those are the cards, the smaller ones. And then we have the big ones for the characters and the monsters. Let's look at those. There we go. So we have this is an interesting card. So we have this monster, and there's several of those. There's cards for Dagon, double-sided. We have these monster cards. So bigger cards with all the stats and all the things that they do. Of the deep one, the Hydra, the Shadow of Filth, and Dagon himself. And of course, the two new investigator heroes that you can play. So those are the bigger cards. And then there's a pack of medium-sized cards. I think they have some items that you can use. So we have here a sacrificial dagger. And the artwork on these is pretty cool, very detailed. Incinerator, a weird statue, pretty cool. We have the Necronomicon, weird eyeball. So we have those items. Then we have some of those cards with lots of flavor text on them, which I will not go into too much as not to spoil anything. Dagon Rising cards numbered 1 through 20. And the chapter cards that are supposed to be used with those corresponding chapters. And some of these things that happen with a cool artwork on the back. So those are all the cards. And then we have the tiles. And these are 3 of the medium-sized tiles. They're the rectangular ones. And they all have their own unique number. So we have here a corridor with some tapestries. And on the other side, it's the same in red. So, and here is another very dark looking corridor with some cards. It looks like those are tracks for the ore they're mining below the sea, and the red version. And another corridor with a catwalk here all along those doors. So that looks pretty nice as well. And this artwork is very detailed. There's a lot of stuff to see here, and it's, you know, very fittingly dark and macabre, just like this, where we've got 2 of these. So let me see, here's a bit of plastic that I hope my knife will catch onto. And there we go. There, that's enough. There we go. So we have this room, which is kind of strange. I don't know what's going on here. But that looks pretty cool. And on the other side, there's their red infested, tainted version. As if this wasn't already creepy enough. And then we have this mine. This kind of looks like a cave. And a big hole in the middle. With, I guess this is something like an elevator or something that can be lowered down into the abyss. And a tainted version where all kinds of creepy veins are crawling out. Roots or something. So that's the tiles. And now, lastly, we have the miniatures. Let's have a look at those. Go. So we have the hero investigators. This one with the long cloak. So that's her. Lots of detail. And her daughter, Mrs. Waite. Don't drop the minis, Raymond. Fortunately, she's still in one piece. Then we have this monster here. So that looks pretty hideous and quite a little bit bigger than the investigators. So he's grown. Looks like you like humans that have been mutated. Maybe this is a deep one, I'm not sure. So that looks nice and creepy. And there's 6 of those in here. Here's one of those hydras with the tentacly head and the big creepy claws and a tail and a big mouth, as you can see there, almost a bit dragonborn looking. So those are pretty nice, very detailed. Quality of the miniatures in this game is fantastic. Then we have these creatures, these humanoids, all kinds of creepy stuff protruding from their skin, knobs and bone. And looks like he's holding a heart or something. Something creepy, no doubt. And there's 6 of those as well. And then there's this guy. That's the, what was that? The filth or something? This gloomy, dark, ghost-like humanoid with all the creepy, yeah, what are they, worms surrounding him? That's a pretty cool looking miniature. I like the way his face and his jaw is like, oh, like the Scream mask. So that's pretty cool. 6 of those as well. And finally, Dagon, the elder god from the depths, who is hugging these obelisks. He's got a huge gaping mouth with lots of details. You can see all the ridges inside there. So that's pretty cool. Really put a lot of attention to the detail in these miniatures. Even the base has some extra detail. So that is Dagon. And those are all the miniatures and cards in the Rise of Dagon expansion. And so that was the unboxing of Rise of Dagon, an expansion for Deep Madness by Diemension Games. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Board Game Heaven.